Hi, so your name is?
Anna Roy.
Anna Roy. Okay, hi Anna.
Hi.
Okay, so it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you
I met
too.
you right out here outside of this Rite Aid, right?
Yeah.
And you came up because you needed a little cash, right, to eat?
Yeah, I'm homeless.
Mm-hmm. And
I've been homeless now for about 3 years.
Oh my God, and we're in Manchester, right?
We're in Manchester, New Hampshire.
You've been homeless here in Manchester?
Yes.
Okay, okay. And how old are you, if you don't mind?
I'm 31 years old.
Oh wow, okay.
I've been struggling with homelessness for ever since I turned 18 when my parents kicked me out of my house. I've been on and off being homeless and not homeless. I'd really like housing, but it's hard for me to get it. It's a 15-year waiting list. And through that time, I ended up becoming a prostitute. I've had jobs, everything else like that. But when I was arrested for prostitution, a female cop ended up searching me, well, sheriff or whatever they are, to jail. They ended up searching me. They looked at me naked, a female. They ended up getting dressed. They made me go into cold water. And then after that, they said it was going to kill the bugs. Cold water, I don't really think it was going to. And then when I got undressed and everything like that, the woman checks my vagina, checks my booty. She thought there was drugs up me. There was no drugs up me. And it was just horrible, the whole event. But I don't think prostitution's a bad thing, because it's a mutual thing between a man and a woman. And most of the men are very nice men. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it should be legal, because most women have sex drive, most men have sex drives, and it's between two people, and it's their own thing to do. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with anybody else. It has to do between those two, and there's nothing wrong with it. And it's a way to get an income for women like me who are homeless and stuff like that. And I'm mentally ill, so I can't really get a job. No one's gonna hire me.
You have schizophrenia?
I have schizophrenia, yes.
How long have you had that about?
I've had that since I was 21 years old, and I'm 31, so about 10 years.
Okay, and you told me at some point that somebody gave you the wrong drug. Tell me about that, how that happened.
One day, I went into my regular doctor's office to get my medications.
What was your medication?
It was haloperidol. Haloperidol to can weight.
Okay, and what is that, an upper? Downer?
It's a downer. It's a schizophrenic med. It lowers your whole thing. And then what happened was
how long had you been on that other drug?
I'd been on haloperidol for about 9 years.
And was it working pretty well?
It was working amazingly. I was doing really well.
Okay, so it was a real miracle drug.
It was,
okay.
Yes.
Wait, I want to switch a little more over this way to get your eyes a little better. Here, I think if we go this way, can you mind looking? Okay. Yeah, there, I think we can see you better, if that's okay. And so tell me then, so they gave you the wrong medicine by accident?
They gave me the wrong medication by accident. There's two bottles on the table. The woman didn't throw away the other bottle. And I didn't think anything of it, because she's a nurse and you think she knows what she's doing. And she ended up giving me some Ativan shot or Wellbutrin shot. I don't know what it was. It was an upper. And I ended up couldn't sleep for 3 days. I ended up going down to Manchester Mental Health to get more medication.
To the what? You went to where?
Manchester Mental Health, right down the street.
What's
here.
It called?
Manchester Mental Health.
Manchester Mental Health. Okay, yeah. So you went there to get your medication.
Yes, and they gave me the wrong medication. I almost attacked my therapist because of that.
What did they give you? An upper?
They gave me an upper, some weird upper. I think it was either Ativan or Wellbutrin. I'm not exactly sure. It was one of those two.
It wasn't like Adderall?
It might have been Adderall. That's what
Adderall.
It was. Adderall. And it was a shot of Adderall. And when they gave that to me, I was...
That's an amphetamine. That's like cocaine.
Yeah, and I went completely loopy.
For how long?
3 months. They ended up putting me in the hospital for 3 months because I couldn't take care of myself properly.
And you couldn't sleep?
I couldn't sleep, nothing. They ended up having to give me 600 Seroquel.
600 cc's of Seroquel just to sleep?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Oh my God.
It was horrible, and I ended up in the hospital for 3 months. The hospitals are pretty nice.
But did they keep giving you the Adderall?
No, they took me off of it, but it was a shot inside of my body, so they had to wait for it to go away.
How long did that take?
It took 3 months.
3 months for it to get out of your body?
Yes.
Just because they gave you one shot of fucking Adderall?
Yes.
Oh my God. And so you couldn't sleep for 3 months unless they gave you 600 cc's of Seroquel?
Yes.
Oh my God. And was the Seroquel also hell?
What?
Was the Seroquel also hell?
Yes. No, the Seroquel wasn't hell, but I did gain some weight.
Okay. But so it made you so you couldn't move?
No, it didn't do that. It actually made me sleep, and then I wake up during the day and function normally. But it's only because I was on that shot.
That Adderall that you needed the Seroquel.
Yes, and then they took me off of the Seroquel and Ativan, what is it? Adderall?
Adderall.
Adderall, yeah. Thank you.
It's like Ritalin, but it's slow release.
Yes. So it was just a horrible experience, and just because the nurse gave me the wrong shot. And I almost attacked my therapist, who I love more than anything in the entire world. She's my best friend.
Because you were just so loopy?
Because I'm so loopy. Yep.
Oh my God.
It's
oh
horrible.
my God. And so first of all, tell me about like what you liked about being a prostitute.
I orgasmed a lot. It made me feel pretty. I got my nails done, my hair done, my makeup done, and stuff like that. It made me feel pretty. And guys were telling me how beautiful I was and how great I was and stuff like that. And it made me feel really good about myself. And plus, I'm not very open, and I don't really like to talk to people too much about like love and everything like that. So like when that happened, I met new people, nice people, like really sweet people. And it made me feel good, and I met a lot of good friends and stuff like that through that.
And they were just guys who also just wanted to meet a woman.
Yes.
And they just were having trouble, but they had some money, and they're like, well, there's some women who also want to meet men, but they need some money, or this is their life, or this is the job they choose to do.
Exactly.
I mean, you would consider it a rational choice for some women to do?
Yes, I think it's a good idea for some women. I don't think it's the right decision for all women, but I think for some women it is the right choice. And for me, I feel like it is the right choice.
Because you were earning like what?
I was earning $250 an hour.
Wow. I mean, that's like what a good lawyer makes. I mean,
exactly.
That's good for a good lawyer.
Yeah, and I was doing really well, and I was happy, and I was doing great. I was so happy with myself. It was a whole life-changing experience. I don't do it around here because I don't like the streets and stuff like that. And I did do it around here on Backpage for a while, but because I'm homeless, I can't really do it too much.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do it on the streets, but I have done it indoors.
But so you were doing it through
a friend of mine,
but through a pimp.
Through a pimp, yes.
And so did you ask him to become your pimp? Did he ask you to become?
He asked me.
Okay,
he got me involved, and it taught me everything I need to know. But he was a very nice man. Never hit me. Never did anything bad to me.
Did you feel forced into it by him at all?
No, he just asked me, and I did it.
Okay, because you thought that this sounded something like that you'd want to do.
Exactly.
And
I'm shy, and I have a hard time, so it was easier for me because the guys would be calling me, and I'd start talking to them, and it was easier for me.
And so he didn't hit you ever or anything?
No, he never hit me, never did anything bad to me.
He didn't threaten you or anything?
No.
Did he do anything good for you, like help protect you at all? That wasn't necessary?
Yeah, that wasn't really necessary, but he would stay down in the lobby just in case something were to happen. But, everything was fine.
Got it. And you were like taking care of yourself and everything.
Yep.
Like
I wasn't homeless anymore, which was nice.
You had your own apartment?
Yep.
In New York City?
Yep.
Wow.
Well, actually, I was in a hotel. I can't tell you which hotel, but I was in hotels in New York City.
Yeah.
And it gave me a place to stay, and then I ended up getting me an apartment in Forest Hills. I lived in Forest Hills for about a year, and then I ended up moving home because my mental illness got a little bit too much for me to take.
So you're doing this for a year?
Yes.
And then you're meant so then you noticed that the schizophrenia was starting to kick in, and had you ever had schizophrenia before or not really?
No.
So then you noticed that you were starting to feel a little nuts.
Yes, it runs in my family. That's what happened.
Okay, yeah, genetic. So
yeah.
So what did your pimp say then? What did he say when he noticed?
He thought that I was a little too sick, and he thought that I should go back home and get treatment at home. And he thought, because with all the stuff that was going on, he thought that was a little too stressful for me. And Fountain House thought the same things to me.
Who said that to you?
Fountain House.
Fountain House. What's that?
It was like a day program in Manhattan for people with mental illness, and they thought the same thing too, is that I should probably go back home. So I decided to go back home, and now I panhandle and stuff like that.
Got it. But then just tell me, you told me earlier how when you're after your pimp had suggested that you go home to treat your mental illness, he also gave you some money.
Yes, he gave me $20,000 to go back home with.
Wow, and he didn't say, you better come back or anything?
No, nothing like that. He was a very nice man.
Wow.
Very nice man.
Wow. And he didn't say, you don't leave me,
No, nothing like that.
You never, you leave me and you're dead or...
Nothing, He was a nice man.
Okay. And then you were telling me also that you thought that instead of, victimless crimes like drug use and prostitution, or we can call it sex work. I don't even like that word prostitution at all.
Yeah, I like escorting. I like the word escorting.
You're right, escorting. That's a good word. Yeah, I thought I use sex work a lot, but you're right, it's escorting.
Yeah.
And you don't think that should be illegal either, do you?
No, I don't. No.
But you do think that we should have. You told me earlier you think we should have a model more like Germany.
More like Germany, yes.
Okay, so
I think it would be great, like if we did something like Germany has.
Like what does Germany do?
Germany has, they get drug tested. I think they get STD checks.
Yeah.
They get housing. I think not housing, but you know the money that they get housing for and stuff like that. They can make a lot of money. It's an open market.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a nice idea. I think.
Yeah.
You know, and instead of having people being AIDS outbreaks and hepatitis C outbreaks and this outbreak and that outbreak,
and walking down the streets.
Streets are horrible. You don't want to walk down the streets. Horrible. And I don't think one should be on the streets either. I think they should have a nice thing like they do in Germany.
You don't think whores? You mean escorts?
Escorts should not be on the streets.
Yeah, you're right. And you don't think that, and you think that it's just best, like, the more you make it legal, the more you can help to regulate it and make it safe for everyone involved, instead of, you're right, all these STDs. I mean, AIDS is going everywhere in this country, and herpes and syphilis, and that can drive you crazy too.
Yeah, I was very careful. I never caught anything. I always used protection. But I think that protection should always be used.
Yeah, oh, totally. Unless you want to have kids with the man you love.
Exactly, unless you want to have kids with the man you love.
Yeah. Cool. So, and just tell me, like, do you think you're gonna maybe, like, do you like the idea that under my plan for president, that under my platform, that we would have tax the people who have the wealthiest 1%, a small percentage of their net worth, so that then we could have an apartment for everybody in this country.
That'd be nice.
Free food for everybody in this country. Free medical care for everybody in this country. Yes. And free college, for giving student loans, free law school, free med school, things like that.
I agree. I love Freddie, and I'm voting for him.
Oh, thank you so much, Anna.
Have a good day.
Okay.
I really like your story. I like your thing.
Thank you so much. And you think you can? You think that your friends would maybe want to vote for me too? If you talk to them, you can.
Yes, I'm going to definitely talk to my friends about it.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
Okay,
We're
God
going to
bless
get
you.
some food.
Okay, let me turn.